questions for Coach.
For you guys, this past weekend at Penn State, how'd you feel that you guys showed with aggression and everything? I know you talked about wanting to bring that after the Ohio State duel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wrestled well some matches. Could have, there's some matches you always look back and say, hey, we wish we would have done this, but that's why we went through this gauntlet of matches. The last 4 or 5 duels are really challenging, and so that's only going to make us better. And I thought we wrestled well in some spots, and we have some improvement to make. So yeah, it's good. It's good. It's why you wrestle this type of schedule and why you're in the Big Ten, and it's only gonna prepare us for postseason.
For Brock specifically, he was trailing 6-2 after the first period, later that takedown to close out the second. Can you just speak of his grit to get that cradle and get that pinfall?
Yeah, we talk a lot about being resilient, and Brock Hardy is a poster child for being very resilient. He just stayed in the fight, and he stayed calm. He controlled his mindset, and you knew he got stung a couple times coming out of the gate, and he just continued to wrestle, and that's what makes him dangerous, and that's what there's a lot he can take from that, and yeah, I'm glad he's on our team. He's a dangerous guy, and unfortunately, he got kicked at the end there.
For senior day, what have just like Allred and Hardy and your memories with those guys?
Yeah, this senior class is very special, and all these guys are special young men, and I think it's about probably 2% of the kids in college that are able to wrestle, play football, baseball, track, whatever. Only 2% of kids get opportunity to do this, and we have 9 seniors. Not all of them are starters at different times of the year or different times during their career, and they're all special because they all did the same thing. Obviously Brock Hardy and Silas Allred were more of the guys that in the spotlight all the time, but Jagger Condomini and Blake Cushing and Weston Dalton and Matt Moore and Cooper Colson and Hayden Mills, they're just as important. These guys all make up our team. I know those guys were all just as proud of that when we had 8 All-Americans last year. It's because we had other guys on the team pushing them and helping them be their best. And so that's what a great team's all about, and that's how we've always run our program. And it's the sum of all parts working together, and I think that's what makes our program special. And obviously Brock and Silas are more the the superstars. They're in the spotlight, but it takes all of these guys to build a great program, and just fortunate to have these guys be part of our family forever. They're always part of Nebraska Wrestling, and I know they'll all walk away feeling that way, and that's what college athletics is all about.
Will AJ be going through senior day? Or?
AJ will be, well, he will be, just because we don't know if he'll get another year. We'll have to apply for it. So.
And that's something you guys are actively pursuing them?
Yeah, we'll have to wait till after the year. There's a waiver process. So. Mm-hmm.
Last week, you guys picked up a Womot Kai signed with your program.
Yeah.
Looking forward to next year, where do you think you'll slot him best at for his class?
Great question, and he's about 6 foot tall and about 140 pounds. So your guess is as good as mine of where exactly where he's going to be. He could be anywhere from 133 to 149. Depending on how much he fills out and grows, and it's part of the reason why we got him. We know he He's a special athlete, and great character, really fits our program. But he's going to grow and develop, and we don't have any exact science on anyone. Hey, guy might grow 2 inches, so hey, it doesn't mean we don't want him. So he's somewhere between 33 and 49, and probably end up at 41. So don't know for sure.
At 125, that's one of the strengths for Northwestern in this lineup. Whoever you go with, how much do you think of this opportunity to close out the home duel on a strong note and kind of build forward going the rest of the season?
Yeah, both Alan and Kale are both. We're still up in the air there, and so we're hoping to play out. And we're going with Kale Lawrenson this weekend, and see if we can get a spark going. So yeah.
When you look at just the final 3 opponents you guys face for conference play, how do you just match that energy now that you're taking on programs that aren't near at the level that you just took on?
Yeah, well, it's about us. It's about what we do. We're trying not to wrestle, our opponent. We're more about making sure we're at our best and doing what we need to do, and that's kind of a common theme in our program. Even wrestling Penn State, or you're wrestling Ohio State or Iowa, Minnesota, you just you have to wrestle to your best, and we're looking forward to getting